morning everyone, and welcome to the EVES auction room here on this lovely sunny spring day. I believe the weather is about to turn to custard over the weekend though. So let's keep the endorphins sprinkling away here today. We've got some great opportunities here for you this afternoon. My name is Grant Child, my role is to certainly facilitate proceedings here today. And of course, to our vendors, a very special welcome to you, and thanks for allowing us the privilege of marketing your properties. Of course, we wish you the best in your endeavours here today as well. Robin, she'll look after all the technology in the auction room. I've also got my team with me today. My team today, the two Craigs, Trevor and Mark. If your bids don't take me to the owner's reserve price, I'll pause the auction and give you the opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers at that point in time. To do that, because what I can tell you at the moment, folks, is there's a lot of activity actually going on out there in the marketplace, despite what the media is saying, and we do have what we call a lot of conditional buyers. We do have a number of buyers at the moment that are waiting on final confirmation from their lending institutions on finance, but you, the cash buyers, we're going to give you the first opportunity to secure the properties here today, all 9 of them that we've got for you. We did have 10, but one of them's been sold prior to auction, so that also gives you an indication of what's happening in the marketplace. Now, if I close the auction, folks, just be aware anybody can come forward with an offer afterwards, and it does include those conditional buyers. And I want to reiterate that, because over the last couple of weeks we've had buyers that have sat on their hands and haven't done anything on the basis they wanted to discuss with the vendors afterwards. Somebody else has come in with an offer and they've missed out on the opportunity. So if you're in the position of cash, then I would suggest that you give it your best shot here today and work with our sellers in that elite position being cash unconditional buyers that you are today. Documentation, well, that's been widely circulated. Obviously the buyers and sellers guide, I don't need to talk too much about that. Been around for a long time. They are available on the stand outside of the auction room. So let's cut to the chase, go straight to the most important document, being the contract of sale, circulated in draft form, and again finalised copies also available in the stand outside of the room. If there's been any changes to the drafts, as they have been circulated, folks, I'll highlight those changes to you just to make sure that you are fully aware that you are bidding on that cash unconditional basis as with auctions and in accordance with the terms and conditions that we have for you here today. What you see up there on the screen, folks, that's the conduct of auction. That's set out in this portion here on the front page. I'm not going to go through that in its entirety here. It'll just suffice just to highlight to you that obviously, yes, the owners have certain reserve prices. Subject to them being reached or exceeded, then the highest bidder, you'll be the purchaser. And if the hammer does fall in your favour today, folks, your only obligations today, obviously, sign the contract and pay your deposit. We just ask for 10% of the purchase price here today. Now, in terms of something else I just want to cover off with you, and that is clause 2.5 authorises what we call vendor bidding. Now, I'm the only one that's authorised to submit vendor bids, folks. So I will, and I only use a vendor bid if I've only got one person that's participating in the auction. Obviously, at that level, we're well below the seller's reserve price. It's simply a technique that I use to get you onto what I call the negotiating platform, and that's where the team will step in and give you the opportunity to work with our sellers at that point in time. I'll disclose all vendor bids to you, so essentially, if I am using a vendor bid, then the seller is through me saying to you, thanks but no thanks. If you wish to purchase the property, you'll need to be on the northern side of that figure. So, haven't run through any questions at this point in time. I don't need to go through anything else as far as the contract is concerned. Any bidding today is on the basis you're deemed to have accepted that contract that we work to here today. No questions? Just before I press on to our first property, just take the opportunity to welcome our viewers watching via the live stream as well. All our auctions are out over the World Wide Web for everybody to see, folks. So, and we do have some absentee bidders and sellers that are watching via the live stream here today. I mentioned a little bit earlier, folks, we did have 10 properties up for auction today. Number 12, Beatty Avenue, marketed by Jordan Sievwright from our Papamara office. Beatty Avenue is obviously Te Puke. Jordan had a buyer that was anxious to purchase the property, put an offer to our vendors, and that was acceptable, so that property was sold prior to auction. And we do have quite a bit of pre-auction activity going on in the marketplace at the moment, folks, so just be aware of that. So that brings us to the next one, 335 Lindeman Road, of course, Colin Stewart Road from our Katikati office has been marketing this great property. Now, before I share with you the legal aspects, and some pearls of wisdom about this property. I just need you to be aware, as I said in my preamble, I talked about those conditional buyers. Colin does have serious conditional interest in this property here, not quite in a position to be able to bid in cash today, so just making you aware of that. But when you have a look at this property here, really folks, it's as you see there on the screen, it is really all about the views. Now the legal aspect of the freehold estate, 2,724 square metres of land is what's on offer here at 335 Lindeman Road. Record of title SA 23A folio 557 confirms all those legal aspects. Colin, I'm just going to dwell a little bit on that land size, because a property with views like this, of that land size, you normally got to look after 5+ hectares to be able to get views like this. Absolutely. But this is a nice small lifestyle block, so makes it something very special indeed. Now the water tank, pump and filters, they are not connected, folks. They do stay. Clauses 9.35, 9.36 and clause 9.4 have been deleted. That covers off the vendor warranty. So essentially what you're doing here is buying this property on an as-is, whereas basis. 10 working days from today's date, Colin, still our settlement date. A bit of flexibility around that. Channels, well, we've just got the light fittings, the water tank and pump, and filters, but they're not connected, but they do stay. So that covers off the legal aspects of it. Now, the property itself consented as a shed with sanitary facilities as well. So all I can suggest with this type of property, it's not modern, it's far from perfect, but the true value completely lies within your individual imagination on what you might want to do with this property. And as I mentioned, we've got a couple of conditional buyers that have already got a vision for the property and are looking to do something with us afterwards. So have a look at this for a view, folks. That's on a clear day. That's the sort of view that you can secure from this type of property there. You can pretty much see forever. You've got the Tauranga Harbour, Papamara Hills, you've got Motiri right down through to Plate and the Whale Island in the distance as well. So spectacular views from up there. You've got the Kaimai Mamaku Forest Park access. That's about 100 metres approximately from your back fence. So it really is an opportunity. Now, just remind you, buyers, that opportunities, they are just visitors. You never know when you're going to see them again. So your opportunity is here for 335 Lindeman Road. As I said, Colin does have strong conditional interest in the property. Cash buyers, who starts me away, 500 would be a fair and reasonable start, I would have thought, for a property like this. A little bit shy, all right. Since it's the first one of the day, I'll help you along then. I'll get you underway then at $500,000 now for 335 Lindeman Road. Vendor bid at 500,000. Vendor bid at $500,000, just starting the auction to give you the opportunity to buy here today. Happy to take a $20,000 rise from here at 500. Let's get on by competing, folks. Giving you the cash interest, the first opportunity now. First call, second. Last chance for you to advance me. I'm happy to do it on behalf of the seller then at 520. Putting everything into perspective here. As I said, folks, I'm not going to repeat it repeatedly. I'm just going to say it once more. I've just started this auction to give you the cash interest, the first opportunity to buy here today, ahead of those buyers that Colin has got working in the background. First call now at 520. Take me to 540 if you will. Second time. Third. Last chance for cash interest. Well, I'm going to go once more on behalf of the seller then at $540,000. Time runs low. If the denomination is concerning you a little bit, I'm happy to take 10. Take me to 550 if you will. First call, otherwise I'm going to shut it down. Second, last chance for cash interest. Colin, those conditional buyers that you've been talking to, if they're going to be pleased to hear from you. I'm going to look at the bidding once more to $550,000 on behalf of the vendor and close the auction, hand it back to you, and I'll be looking forward to getting a text message from you very quickly that you've got that property under contract. It's a great opportunity. Thank you. You're welcome. Moving straight along, folks, 31 Princess Road is the next one. Chris Royal from our Cherrywood office been presenting this wonderful opportunity here in an absolutely outstanding, convenient location. You've got the solid brick and concrete, it's elevated, it's sunny, so it's got lots of aspects going for it at 31 Princess Road. Freehold estate, 397 square metres of land. That's all you have to look after. You wouldn't want any more in a location like this because you've got playgrounds and parks all around you in this location. Record of title 59489 confirms all the legal aspects of the property. Chris, 23rd of September is still our settlement date, so not too far away. Channels list, any additions, deletions?
No, that's
No changes there. So the origins of the 1960s with this particular property there, it's had substantial upgrades including new wiring, aluminium joinery, it's been insulated, it's got the modern kitchen, it's got the modern bathroom and an ensuite as well. An ensuite is something you don't find very often in a 1960s dwelling, but this one's got it. You've got great views to the harbour. You've got the good sized deck to enjoy your daily sun rays as well. As you see there on the screen, you've got good off-street parking with the property as well. Nice and handy to the Brookfield shops and certainly surrounded by a plethora of quality schooling right through from preschool right through to the Otago College just down the road. So in your hands, buyers, for 31 Princess Road. Cash buyers, you set the benchmark. Tell me when you'd like to start the auction away, and I'm happy to work alongside you from here. Who'd like to start the away? Cash interest? Now's your chance. Speak up and forever hold your peace. As cliche as it sounds, but it's so true in an auction room. First call now for a start. You set it away. Second, last chance. Obviously no cash here today for this one. Chris, I'm going to close the auction. What sort of buying power do we need for this property? I mean, I'm not going to go through my spiel again about it because it's just everything true about the property. What sort of money do we need?
We're going to price the property today under the capital valuation at $895.
$895. So there you go, folks. $895,000. If you know anybody looking for a property that's had some renovations done to it, nice and tidy, upgrades in all the essential areas, but a prime location, particularly for education facilities, and nice and handy shopping, give Chris a call in the Cherrywood office. $895 buys that property now. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Grant.
You're welcome. Bringing another very good offering to the market and marketing over the last few weeks is Nicholas Maloney from our Lakes office, presenting to you 45 Amy Place. Now this is a classic definition of a dream family home. I think that's fair comment about this property there, Nicholas. It really does. It's got lots of great aspects for family living. The legal aspects of it: a freehold estate, 713 square metres of land, more or less, all described in record of title 209192. 4th of November 2022 is our settlement date. Any changes to that there, Nicholas? Good flexibility around that, and a very comprehensive channels list as well. Any changes to that? No, all is circulated. So there you go, folks. Have a look at this, folks. You've got the stylish kitchen. That's equipped with the double wall oven. So if you enjoy a bit of entertaining and having lots of friends and family for those banquets on the weekends, then this property certainly fits the bill for that. You've got the stainless steel appliances. You've got the walk-in pantry. It really is a touch of class here at 45 Amy Place. The open plan living, well, that's excellent for entertaining friends and family with the easy flow to the outdoor al fresco area that you get a glimpse of on the left-hand side of the screen there. So all I can suggest to you, a summary of this property, folks, is a sophisticated residence that encompasses quality, space and family vibes. And I know there's lots of families around looking for this type of property. So in your hands, buyers, you set the benchmark on this one as well. Where would you like to start the auction away? Going to help you with this one. Going to leave it entirely over to you, the cash buyers. Otherwise, you're going to have to talk to Nicholas afterwards. You'll ring your checkbook dry. Not that checkbooks are available these days now. First call for a start. Second, last chance for cash interest here. We obviously haven't identified a cash buyer for today there, Nicholas. I'll close the auction, hand it back to you. If you're looking for that type of property, this is just give Nicholas a call. He works out of our Lakes office and he'll be able to help you from there on where you need to be to purchase a property like this. Thank you, Matt. You're welcome. Well, since Paul and Will is coming to the front of the room nice and quickly, we'll press on now and we'll offer you the property at number 6 Palomino Place. Now, as I said, Paul out of our Patmar offices, she's been presenting this very, very rare opportunity in a quiet cul-de-sac, and of course it's in central Patmar. And as cliche as it sounds, folks, it is so true. They're simply not making any more land in this location, are they, Trevor? I mean, you've been around there, out there in that location for a long time. Experience, not old. Experience. Yeah. So just needed to clarify that because the situation thought I was heading down the wrong track. The legal aspects of the property: 587 square metres of land. It's freehold, the best class of ownership you can buy in New Zealand. 98045 is the record of title number. 10 working days from today's date is the settlement date. Obviously, being bare land, there's no channels that go with it. But what I can tell you is much of the groundwork's already been done, and this section is all ready to go, and it's just ready to be built on. So all you really got to do now is get one of Paula's business cards, jot down your architect details and what you want, flick it off to your architect, and get them underway for what's going to go on this section. All located within distance of the walking distance of the Tahatai School. You can dine at many of the eateries at the Coast Subdivision, and it's nice and close to the Papamoa Plaza as well. So it's sunny, it's got a north-facing aspect. What more could you ask for? Well, there was one more thing that you could ask for, and it's got it. Just a nice short stroll, and you are down on the world-famous Papamoa Beach. So in your hands on this one, folks, given the fact that it's a rare opportunity, and they're not making any more of it, I'll let you set the benchmark on where you'd like to start the auction away if you're in that position of cash. So what I'm here to deal with today, folks, as an auctioneer, I only deal with the cash buyers. I leave all the toing and froing with conditional buyers to these guys. First call now for a start. It's okay, folks, when I call for an opening bid, you can keep breathing. You don't have to hold your breath. It has to be a genuine intent. Second call, last chance, sit or outs. Okay, I'm going to close the auction pool. I'm going to hand it back to you. A little bit more work to do to find the cash buyer for that one, but we'll see you again a little bit later on. You've got another property to come up soon. All right, moving straight through the catalogue today, folks, so we don't hold you up unnecessarily. 91A Armstrong Road is the next one. We've got David Blumhart and Barbara Sternberg from our Bethlehem office that have been presenting this property. Of course, we've got Ross Brown as well, but Ross is just a little bit incapacitated at the moment. He's done something with his back, so he's just resting up. So these guys have got everything in hand here at 91A Tupuna, Armstrong Road rather, and I say Tupuna because that's where it is, and there's very few Tupuna properties that attract the attention of Armstrong Road that this one does. So long considered to be a dress circle address, this particular location here. The legal aspects of it: a freehold estate, 5,258 square metres of land, more or less, so a wonderful parcel of land there for you if you're looking for family lifestyle. SA 71D Folio 801 is the record of title that confirms all the legal aspects. Now, the wooden cabinet in the dining room, the wooden shelving in the house, the garden seats and ornaments, the bird bath and the skate ramp are not included in the sale. They are excluded from the sale. They will not be there on the settlement date, which is 90 days from today's date, or such other date as mutually agreed between both parties. Any changes to the channels? We almost needed another screen for the channels list for this one. So, just a quick reminder of some extra clauses, folks. Clause 23 states that clause 9.31 does not apply with the vendors having not been in occupation of the property. They make no warranties as to the serviceability of the channels, fixtures and fittings. Clause 24, purchasers acknowledge you've been fully informed that the garden shed, the carport and the farm shed may not comply with the Building Act. Therefore, general terms of sale under the vendor warranties, clause 9.35 and 9.36 do not apply to the garden shed, carport and farm shed. And clause 25, you acknowledge and accept that a copy of the LIM report dated the 16th of August 2022 and the Building Surveying Services Building Report dated the 9th of August 2022 have been provided to you. So, sitting on that basis here today, folks, and I can tell you that we had a conversation with these guys earlier this morning. They have already got a conditional offer ready to present to these vendors, so you, the cash buyers, we're going to give you the first crack. I alluded to that in my preamble and the previous property, so I also alluded to the fact that in recent weeks we've had buyers that haven't believed what we've been saying and have gone into a multi-offer afterwards and missed out. So if you're in that position of cash, you get the first crack at it here today, folks. It is a well-built 3-bedroom residence that I guess fair to say it's anything but ordinary. This one is. It's something very special indeed. You've got the 2-bedroom second dwelling that'll suit the extended family and that sort of thing as well. So a great option for you there. You've got the idyllic private patio. It's got the pergola there as well. It presents an opportunity for kids to create that semi-rural childhood memories, or certainly a home that balances an escape to the country with the realities of adult life that goes with it as well. The property delivers in absolute abundance, this one here at 98 Armstrong Road, folks, and it is definitely a property deserving of your interest. If you don't do it here in the auction room in the next few minutes today, folks, then you are going to be competing with a conditional offer afterwards. Can't be any clearer than that. So I suggest who'd like to start away at 1.45. Somebody open the bidding at 1,450,000. Let's get it underway then. Here's your opportunity, folks. If you think I'm just having you on, wait till afterwards when you have to sign the multi-offer form. It's a terrible pain, you don't want to be leaving it till then. Right, I'll start you away at $1,450,000. We'll go a $25,000 rise. I know we've got cash interest in the property. You get the first opportunity here today. At $1,450,000, seeking a $25,000 rise, make it 75. But let's go there quickly now. First call, second time. Third, last chance, are you in or out? Got to advance it to 75 on behalf of the seller then at $1,475,000. Like I said with one of the earlier properties, folks, we do have conditional interest on this one. I've just started the auction to give you the opportunity to work with our sellers here today. First call now, advance me to 1.5 if you will. Second time. Third, final opportunity, are you in or out? I'm not going to leave it there, folks. I'm going to advance it on behalf of the sellers then, treating the property with the respect it deserves. $1,500,000 it is now. A mere $1.5 million. Won't take anything less than the 25 rise to put yourself in front here. Make it 525 if you will. First call now, are we in or out? Second time. Last chance. 525 it is then. And the last opportunity presented for you here now, folks, at $1,525,000. Be very clear, it's a vendor bid. You won't buy it at this figure. You will need to be above that. At $1,525,000. Make it 1,155. It will give you the opportunity to discuss with our seller. Otherwise, I'm going to lift it to 1,550, and I'll be closing the auction. Your opportunity is here. First call. Second. Last chance, in or outs. $1,550,000 on a vendor bid, and the auction is now closed. Go and present that conditional offer that you've been working on, and I'm sure you're going to have others as well. Right, 32 Vale Street is another one, folks, an absolute prime location for convenience as well, and providing the convenience of viewing this property is Jason Hyde-Hills from our Cherrywood office. Presenting this immaculate brick and weatherboard residence, and got an added bonus. We don't see much of this, do we? In this sort of, particularly this location, this sort of image, we've got that wheelchair-friendly elevator as well. So certainly facilitates that sort of thing as well. It is a freehold estate, 421 square metres of land, more or less is what you buy here today at 32 Vale Street, SA 63A Folio 410 is your record of title number. 14th of October, is still our settlement date. A bit of flexibility around that as we always present. Channels list, any additions, deletions there, no changes there. Certainly a comprehensive channels list that you'd expect for a property of this calibre. You've got the modernised kitchen, so fantastic for entertaining folks. You've got the large master bedroom with the walk-in robe, and that's all adjacent to a renovated bathroom as well. So some of the work's been done for you, so certainly a lovely, comfortable home. You've got the elevated north-facing open-plan living and dining areas. Now that's all warmed in the summer by the heat, the winter by the heat pump, and cooled in the summer by the cool pump, as we'll call it. You've got that sheltered, covered balcony as well. That's an added bonus to you as well. Zone for the Pillars Point School. You've got the Countdown Supermarket and eateries just down the road, just a short walk away. You've got the 9-hole golf course, pretty much just nice and handy. You don't even need the car. You can walk to golf from this location. and stagger home after you've been in the club rooms afterwards. And of course you've got the waterfront not too far away as well, and nice and handy to the CBD. So in your hands, guys, 32 Vale Street. Where do we say go for this one? I'll leave it up to you to set the benchmark, or we'd like to start discussing with the sellers. Looking for an opening bid now for 32 Vale Street. Here to work with the cash interest only. First call, second time, last chance, in or outs. Okay, a bit more work to do on this one, Jason. I'm going to close the auction, hand it back to you. And I'm sure if you're looking for a property like this, absolute convenient location, nice comfortable home, talk to Jason from our Cherrywood office, he'll help you from there.
Thanks, Graham.
You're welcome. Right, next one up for the afternoon, number 11A, Console Street. We head up to Waihi now, where Andy Roke and Andy and Louise have been marketing this property. Andy and Louise aren't able to be with us here this afternoon, but done a great job of presenting this property. A great option there where you can leave your car behind because you are so central in the town of Waihi. Here you can walk everywhere. You can walk to the village, it's so close to the Hauraki Rail Trail, and of course, so if you're into your daily exercise and when you want to utilise the rail trail, it is nice and handy to your location here in Console Street. It is a freehold estate, 514 square metres of land, more or less, all described in record of Title 803-512. 10 working days from today's date, the settlement date, and there's no changes, as you see on the screen, to the channels list that come with the property. Just a quick reminder, folks, that clause 23 of the contract, standard for properties in this location, which highlights we have given you all the advice and where to go if you need any advice on the Waihi Gold Mine. Clause 9.31 does not apply, so that's because the vendors have not been in occupation of the property, so no warranty as to the channels, fixtures and fittings. Clause 25, purchasers acknowledge and accept that you can fully inform that aspects of the property may not comply with the Building Act, and accordingly the vendor warranties under clause 9.5, 9.36 of the general terms of sale are deleted. So that's pretty much all you need to know about this, other than the settlement date, 10 working days from today's date. I think I've already covered that off for you, and like I say, no changes to the channels list. Have a look at that, folks. Look at that dining room there. It opens up to a wonderful north-facing deck in the front of the property there, where the early morning sun pretty much stays with you for most of the day. Absolutely tons of potential to titivate and suit to whatever taste you prefer. You've got those the infinity gas hot water as well, so that just gives you the added bonus of a property like this in this location. You've got the large shed there for great storage. It's brilliant for those looking for a project as well, so really got lots of pluses here for this property here, number 11A Console Street. Value for money, I can suggest to you. Where would you like to say go for the auction? Just looking for an opening bid now for number 11A Console Street. Like I said, here to work with the cash interest. First call, second, last chance in or outs. Well, there's no cash here today, Mark, so I'm going to close the auction. Now, what I can tell you, folks, is all you need to buy a property of this calibre in this location, make a fantastic holiday home, all you need is $490,000. Not a lot of money required, and you could use that property as a great holiday home, a good rental opportunity. $490,000 is all you need. Talk to Andy or Louise, working out of our Waihi office. Give them a call and they'll help you from there. All right, second to last property for the afternoon, folks. 111 Gravatt Road, Tauranga. I mentioned earlier we would see her back up the front. She's been presenting this property as well. A great opportunity for a sunny brick and tile home overlooking the reserved green space and you are, of course, in that very popular and demanding Royal Palms location. The legal aspects of this property all comprised and described in record of title estate 62C. Folio 160 as a freehold estate, 564 square metres of land is all you need, and is all you need to look after here at number 111 Gravatt Road. Now the blinds, the heated towel rail, the alarm, the irrigation system, they do stay, but they are as is the water bore and pump. That stays, but there are no vendor warranties with those. An additional clause in the contract, nothing onerous, but as I mentioned with a couple of other properties already today, vendors having not been in occupation, they are not in a position to make any warranties as to the fixtures and fittings, so no vendor warranties as to those aspects. 20 working days for a settlement date. Any other changes to the channels list other than what I've mentioned there as is? So there's the opportunity, folks. A perfectly livable home. It's got great bones and it is just simply sitting there awaiting your magic touch. It's a large family home. It's got the 2 living areas. So if you're looking for that extra space, then this is definitely a property that would suit you. The opportunity to take a bike ride or walk from your front gate along the reserve and the waterways there to Fashion Island Shopping Centre, and of course the Papmar Plaza adjacent to that as well. You don't need big grounds with a playground, because as you see there on the screen, you've got the playground all but straight opposite your back gate there. So a home that's loaded with lots of extra features and an absolutely superb location. And all I can suggest to you, I think Paul and we had a discussion the other day, and both come to the conclusion that this is a property that really does punch well above its weight, doesn't it? So a great option for you. I mentioned earlier, folks, opportunities are just visitors. You never know when they're going to come back. So your opportunity, if you're in that position of cash, I would suggest the 1.1 start would be fair and reasonable to get me underway. Looking for an opening bid now at 1.1, Gravatt Road. Did identify a cash buyer for this one. We had a change of heart at the last minute, and unfortunately, I'm coming to reside in our wonderful city. Why would you not want to live in this wonderful city? It's a great place to be. First call now for a start. Second time. Last chance for Gravatt Roads. Okay, I'm going to close the auction. Paul, I'll hand it back to you. A little bit more work to do, but I would suggest to you that you make sure that you feel taxable, because I don't think it's going to be too long and you'll have a contract on that property. It's a great offering indeed.
Thanks, Mark.
You're welcome. Well, clearly this is the property that you're here for, folks. You've all been sitting there patiently, obviously waiting for this property at number 10 Brodie Place. You won't need any introduction to Jacqueline Unsworth working out of our Bethlehem office. The home itself originating in 2003 and immaculately presented. It's north facing, so bathes in sun and a good family abode indeed. A freehold estate, record of title SA 66A folio 605, confirms the legal aspects of 609 square metres of land, more or less. Now, there was some documentation circulated that said the settlement was 15 working days from today's date. That has been amended. It is now 20 working days from today's date. Just confirming that. Any other changes to the channels list? No changes there. So a great opportunity here for you folks. New kitchen. You've got the stone bench top. That was installed in 2020. So a nice upgraded kitchen for you as well. A home that's absolutely ideal for downsizers, retirees, small families or investors. Great option here for you. You can expect a return of somewhere in the vicinity of $695 to $730 per week for this property here. So a good return on your investment. A home is expertly configured and orientated to facilitate indoor and outdoor lifestyles as well. You've got that covered pergola for the outdoor summer living. You've got the low maintenance, easy care gardens as well, and of course nice and handy to the Bethlehem town centre, supermarkets, doctors, schools. Everything is all nice and handy to number 10 Brodie Place. So last one of the day, folks. Who'd like to start me away for this one? I would have thought $1 million would be a fair and reasonable start. Somebody start me away at $1 million. No, I won't take 900, ma'am. Unfortunately, too far away from where we need to be. Happy to start away at $1 million for you. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate you working with me, ma'am. At $1 million, we're going $20,000 rises from here. At $1 million in the back left-hand corner now, who puts 20 on top. Here's your opportunity now. At $1 million, it is even. First call now at $1 million, the opportunity to get on the bike and pedalling. Second time, third. Last opportunity for you, are you in or out? Have you advanced on behalf of the seller, then ma'am, at $1,020,000. $1,020,000 that's with me. Vendor bid at this point in time. Make it $1,040,000 if you will. Too far away from my instructions, ma'am. You'll spend more money at the chiropractor getting your neck fixed going east to west, east to north to south, chin to chest. At $1,020,000, advancing on behalf of the seller then at $1,040,000 then. At $1,040,000 it's with me at this juncture. Vendor bid at $1,040,000 away from my instructions, ma'am. If you take me to $1,050,000, I'll give you the opportunity to continue discussions with our sellers whilst the auction's live. No? Obviously, I can't help you then, and we're absolutely confident we'll do better than this for this property in this of this calibre in this location. At $1,040,000, I'll offer you that opportunity at $1,050,000 once more, ma'am. I'm going to call it 3 times. Otherwise, I'm going to advance the bidding on behalf of the vendor to $1,050,000, and I'm going to close the auction. We run the risk of getting into competitive negotiations afterwards, but I'm happy to afford you the opportunity to discuss with the seller here today at $1,050,000. First call, second, last chance in a route. Auction's closed at $1,050,000 on vendor. Hand it back to you, Jacqueline. That concludes our offerings today, folks. On behalf of the team at EVES, we'll see you next week. Another 10 great properties. We'll see you then.